Nothing's real until it is. Hello, I'm Ranjan Kumar, founder Mystic Fusion International and authentic self-leadership coach. Well, something that I'm going to talk about today has to do with everybody. You, me, and most of us have had such experiences, and we have shared such experiences with people around in our family and friends. How often have you come across this experience? You had a vague sense that something is going to happen very soon. You had a gut feel, or you had a clear premonition about something that might happen in the near future. And you got so excited about it that you went out, you shared something with your friends, and very soon the experience that you saw in your imagination, the experience that you thought might happen, actually turned real. I have had many such experiences in my life where I thought I'm going to get a call from my friend. I'm going to go through this kind of an experience in my life, and very soon some experiences followed which actually matched exactly with my premonition. I've had friends immediately who shared with me that they also had such experiences in their lives, and we were also excited about it. I'm going to talk something. I'm going to actually share my perspective on this kind of an experience. Have you noticed the kind of experience, the kind of excitement that follows when something that you saw in your imagination, something that you experienced only in your mind, turns real right in front of your eyes? And that's why, we are so excited. We think that I thought it and it happened. I imagined it and it came true. I visualized something and it turned real. And we don't forget such experiences. We keep on sharing such experiences. We keep on gathering such experiences and keep sharing about them with our closest friends and family. I'm going to talk about something that I felt actually follows this kind of excitement in most cases. And have fun with this kind of faculty of mind that I have a strong sense of feeling my gut and recognizing and acknowledging what's going to happen soon. And most of what I feel, what I have a gut feel of, comes true. And subconsciously they trigger RAS, reticular activating system. They trigger that reticular activation system, and the brain starts manufacturing what actually you are imagining. But after a few such instances, when something is not happening, you have a habit of, you get into that mode that you start manufacturing that, you start pressurizing yourself, trying to prove that you have a capacity of having right premonitions, that you have a capacity of imagining things even before they turn real, because you don't want to go wrong. And this, at a subconscious level, actually is an attempt by your ego. Your ego wants to be right. You want to prove your ego right. And that's why you are enjoying the process rather than enjoying the experience which comes as a result of this process. You have had experiences, you experienced your premonition come true. That's a fact. I don't deny it. Many of us and most of us have had such experiences. But does that mean that each time your premonition has to come true, or everything that you imagine has to turn real? Absolutely no. Because you have to understand what's actually feeding your imagination. Now, what happens as a process, what you undergo as an experience after this premonition or before this premonition, has something to do with how you shape the experience, or how experience shapes you and your future. Now, this depends upon two factors. What is your imagination, or what is your understanding of this experience being led by? Is it being led by your authentic self, or is it being led by your fabricated self? Well, if it is being led by your authentic self, then probably it's actually being influenced by love and wisdom. And if it's being driven by your fabricated self, then probably it's being influenced by fear and your basic needs as a human being. And you need to go back, you need to sit in self-reflection, you need to find out, you need to explore for yourself what actually is, which part of yourself actually is experiencing that. Is it your authentic self which is being driven by love and wisdom, or is it your fabricated self which is actually being influenced and driven by by your fears and your basic needs? Because ultimately whether it is love or wisdom, or whether it is your fear or the needs, they are going to influence your aspirations. And when you get to your job, when you get to your workplace, when you get to your family, when you get to your friends, when you want to have fun around, when you want to experience life, you know what, you are actually led by your personal aspirations that are driving you day and night. But your aspirations, it's you to decide. What are your aspirations being driven by? What are your aspirations being influenced by? What are your aspirations banking upon? Are they banking upon those imaginations which are emerging out of love and wisdom and being driven by your authentic self, or are they being influenced by fear and are being motivated by your basic human needs? Because that is going to influence your long-term and short-term aspirations. And as a final development, you start getting influenced by it, so much so that instead of having premonitions, you get into the process, you get stuck in the process of proving your premonitions right. You get stuck in the process of manufacturing the reality to prove yourself right, to prove that you have a capacity of imagining your future and to turn them real. And that's when things start going confused. Things start going wrong, and you feel you are lost. You feel there is no end to this journey. You feel special. You feel you want to talk to your friends. You want to tell them that once again I had a premonition. See, my premonition came true. See, I'm always right. And then you start enjoying the consequences of these premonitions as well. You have a gut feel that something is going to happen good. You start enjoying the consequences of that. You start experiencing the feel. You start getting into excitement about something good is going to happen, or you get a premonition that something wrong is going to happen, and then you want to get into that low. You want to say that, see, I have this feeling again that something is going to happen and something wrong is going to happen, and I want to come true again. Because why? Because I have been telling myself and others also that my premonitions do come true. And now you have already trained and educated your ego, which wants to go right always. And well, it's for you to answer for yourself. Would you want to go with the experience, or would you want to prove yourself right? Because experience has nothing about being right or wrong, it just is. And my two questions which would actually help you self-reflect, and these are questions which I would want you to ponder on, which I would want you to sit on meditating for a while, and I would want you to ask yourself clearly. Question number one: why would you want to be in a rush to get into your future, which is not even here yet? And why would you want to manufacture your future to even match your premonition? Your premonition still is a probability, and there is a chance you can change the premonition, because you have all the rights, you have all the capacity to imagine whatever you can, and you can play around with your imagination, and you can even play around with the probabilities and possibilities that are around in life. The question is, why would you want to get stuck in this premonition game? And I would actually want you to ask yourself, would you want to experience your future as it is and as it unfolds, or would you want to impose your imagination? Would you want to impose your premonition, which might be which you might have experienced for various reasons? Would you want to impose that upon your future? And as an extension to this question, my question, ask yourself, why would you even want to start preparing as to how would you react when this imagination turns real? The question is, the point is that the future that you had a premonition of is not here yet. And why would you be in a rush even to prepare as to what would you do, how would you react, and how would you respond when the situation actually turns real? Because that something might happen but might not happen as well. So ask yourself and ponder on this question. Question number two: Which self of yours would you want to live your future with or create your future with? Would you want your future to be influenced by your authentic self, which is again using love and wisdom as its resources, or would you want to your future to be influenced by your fabricated self, which is banking upon fear and needs as its resources or sources of its imagination? So ask yourself, what exactly do you want to live with? How exactly would you want to enjoy your life? Would you want to be a slave of your life, or would you want to be a master of your life? Would you want to experience life as it is, fresh and natural, or would you want to impose some premonition or some experience or your capacity of turning your premonitions real onto the real experience of life? Why? Because these two questions would help you cope up, would help you understand life, would help you understand your own self, would help you better experience life, and also help you work on your aspirations, because ultimately you want to turn your aspirations real. Love you.